At my aunt's funeral, my dad whispered in my ear, "God, I wish that was your mother in that box." "Why would you say that about Mom?" I asked, shocked. "No reason," he said quickly, and walked away to look at Aunt Darla's body in the casket. I stood there confused, watching him stare down at my aunt's peaceful face. My sister Zoe came up beside me and grabbed my arm. "Did Dad tell you that thing about Mom?" she asked. "I swear he has absolutely no shame. Why would he say that?" I asked, still trying to process what just happened. "Don't you know about Dad and Aunt Darla? Did they have an affair?" Zoe laughed, but it wasn't a happy sound. "I wish. It's much more complicated than that." She pulled me outside the church into the parking lot. The air was cold and I could see my breath. Zoe looked around to make sure nobody followed us. "You have to swear you won't repeat this to anyone," she said. "I swear." Dad knew Aunt Darla before he even met Mom. They were dating for 3 years. They were so in love it made everyone sick. Dad bought a ring and everything. What happened? Mom happened. She was Darla's younger sister and she was obsessed with Dad. She wanted him so bad she used to follow them on dates. This was getting weird. I'd never heard any of this before. My parents always acted like they'd been together forever. One night Dad was going to propose at this fancy restaurant. Darla left early to get ready. She was walking across the parking lot when someone hit her with their car. Oh my God, it was Mom. She ran over her own sister. Darla was paralyzed from the waist down. She couldn't have kids anymore. I felt sick. My mom had crippled her own sister out of jealousy. But here's where it gets really messed up, Zoe continued. Darla always wanted kids. She'd frozen her eggs before the accident just in case. So she asked Mom to be her surrogate, to carry Dad and Darla's baby. Mom agreed to that? She said yes. She went through the whole process. 9 months of pregnancy. Everyone thought she was being this amazing sister. Zoe stopped talking and looked back at the church. Through the window, we could see Dad still standing by the casket. "What happened?" I asked, even though I was scared to know. Mom lied. She never used Darla's eggs. She used her own. When the baby was born, it was Mom and Dad's kid, not Darla's. That was me, wasn't it? I already knew the answer. "Yeah, you were supposed to be Darla's son. Dad didn't find out until after you were born. Mom had the doctors in on it. She paid them to fake the records." I sat down on the curb feeling like I might throw up. My whole life was built on my mom stealing me from my aunt. "When Dad found out, he tried to leave," Zoe said, sitting next to me. "But Mom had planned for that too." "What did she do?" She told